Alright guys, this is NinjaGaijin, and today's episode I want to dedicate it to the JET program and everything about the JET program. I'm not sure if I can get it all under this one video, but we're going to try anyways. So the JET program. So actually right now, as I'm making this video, it's October 12th, 2016, and it's right around the application time for this year's JET program. Right? So if you might be doing it now, you might be thinking about doing it, but chances are it's one or the other. Or possibly you're just learning about it now. But effectively, what is the JET program? Well, the JET program stands for the Japanese Exchange and Teaching Program. Essentially, it is a language teaching program which places you somewhere in Japan, anywhere from Hokkaido to Okinawa, any small islands around Japan, on top of mountaintops with people. I mean, you name it, they place you there. And basically, you're an ALT, right? And it's an assistant language teaching position. You're not in charge of a class. You are exactly what it is. You're an assistant to the class. So there is a Japanese teacher of English. You teach with them. Depending on the schools, really depending on the teacher itself, some of them will use you more effectively than others. I've had great experiences. I've had not so good experiences. Not so good experiences meaning that primarily they use you as a tape recorder. I'm sure you've heard that before. It is true in some cases. It is very much like a tape recorder. Basically, they tell you read off some vocabulary and stuff like that, and then you're pretty much relaxing. But luckily, that's not everyone, and the schools I'm at right now are really good about that. But anyway, so talking a little bit more about the actual program itself. So chances are, if you're watching this, you're interested in moving and living in Japan. Obviously, there's different ways, different avenues, and how you can make that happen. The most popular is JET. JET is the reason why everyone loves JET is because the salary is competitive, and it's basically a lot of hand-holding, or how can I say this? Hold-handing. It's not it either. Hand-holding. My English is escaping me. I apologize. But effectively what I'm talking about is the system, they set you up, right? From the beginning, your ticket is paid for. Bam. You have orientation in Tokyo for 3 days. Hotel, everything's covered. They take you to your city that you're end up teaching at via bullet train, maybe even airplane. Everything is covered. They set you up, and it's just a really sweet deal. If you want to move to Japan, maybe it's your first time, maybe you're anxious, nervous, definitely the best program to use is the JET program. So let's get into the nitty-gritty here, right? So what do I need, right? That's one of the most important things. So number one, you need a degree. It doesn't matter in what. It could be a degree in anthropology. It could be a physics degree. It could be in psychology. Just anything. It doesn't matter. And there's going to be people who tell you that, oh, well, if you major in English or something like that, it'll give you a leg up. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't really matter. The only reason why you need that degree, why you need that diploma, is because you need to have graduated university for the working visa, to get a working visa. And that is not through JET. That's just their government bare minimum requirement, right, to get the work visa going, so you can get it, so you can actually get and be able to work in Japan legally, right? You need that working visa. There is exceptions to the case. The exceptions meaning that if you're married to a Japanese individual, then you get a spouse visa, then you can work wherever you want. But most of you will be not coming here with a Japanese spouse. So, get that degree. Doesn't matter in what, just get the degree. Okay, so you have the degree and you're like, okay, well, what else do I need? What else do I need? Ideally, you want like pretty good grades. I mean, it doesn't have to be fantastic. I'm not talking 4.0, but it's got to be okay grades, right? Because you are going to be sending your transcripts actually to into the JET program. Like, they're going to see your grades, right? They're not going to be super picky, but, you know, once again, they do want bright individuals. Just to give you an example, I mean, I'm not a 4.0 student, but I had like a 3.5, a 3.6 GPA. They also ask about your extracurricular activities. And in my case, I was part of the chess club. I was actually the president of the club, which may have helped, may not have helped, but I'll go into that in another segment. So, you apply, one of the things that they most look at is the statement of purpose, the SOP. It's more like an SOB. But anyways, so you're filling out the statement of purpose, and I swear I had like 50 revisions of that. Like, it was really never ending, because I kept on editing, kept on adding, kept on editing, making it perfect. Now, you might be wondering, well, what can I do, right? What can I do to make my statement of purpose stand out? You know, so when they're reading it, they know that I'm legit. Well, I'm going to give you some awesome tips for that, okay? If you use my tips, you'll definitely have a leg up. One, look at your statement of purpose, and anytime you see a sentence that you're saying, the reason why I want to go to Japan is because big problem, okay? Japan is wonderful, and you're going to have all this fantastic self-improvement, you're going to learn new skills. They don't want to hear about it, okay? What they want to know is what you can do for them. So for the entire time you're writing your statement of purpose, keep that in the back of your head. What can I do for them? Okay, so for example, you want to emphasize the skills you have and how you plan to use them on the JET program. So for example, in my case, I spun the whole chess club, stating that I was in charge of a club. I had to be in charge of a lot of people, time management skills. I had to incorporate like different lesson plans, basically how to make chess simple, so even a brand new person, just starting out, could learn. And then I drew the parallel, saying that that's how I plan to teach English, right? I would focus on teaching English to them, not just strictly for knowledge, but I would focus on doing it in a fun and entertaining atmosphere, right? That's what I've always stressed my entire time I've been here, because you can have the greatest knowledge in the world, and you could feel that you are like the golden tip of whatever, right? But if they don't care, if they're not interested in what you're selling, then they're not going to absorb it. But if it's fun, then guess what? They go home, they say, you know what? English was pretty fun today. I actually enjoyed it. And when you enjoy something, you naturally absorb it better. And then they'll take it upon themselves, right, to study it themselves, right? Like at home, more interest, more learning, right? So that's the thing that you should be stressing on the statement of purpose. Not what the JET program will do for you and your own self-improvement, but what you will do for it, so to speak, right? What do you have to bring to the table, okay? Anything is good. Focus on your ability for public speaking. If you've done any presentations, mention that. PowerPoint skills, big plus. You know, mention how good you are with doing PowerPoints, and you know how you're constantly thinking of innovative and interesting lessons, and how you want to share like the differences. You want to talk about the differences between your home country and Japan. Japanese students, they love it. They want to see pictures and video of your supermarkets, of your electronic stores. They want to see the difference. So make sure you stress that. You are wanting to come to Japan because you want to share your knowledge, share your English with them. That's the main focus, right? What can you do for them? Okay. So if you stress that also on the statement of purpose, they'll definitely feel more inclined to give you the interview, because that's what you really want, right? And that's what you need to focus on. The statement of purpose is the big thing that they look at, and they decide whether or not to give you the interview. So you apply, you fill out all the information, all the extracurricular activities, and then you get to that section. Now I think they still have this. Now granted, I was on the JET program like 3 years ago, but I started 6 years ago. So they may have changed it, but there's like a section where it's like, where do you want to go in Japan? They have like 3 choices you can choose from, or like 3 spots where you can put your prefecture or wherever you want to go, right? And you can check like rural, urban, or God, what was it, like semi-urban or something like that, or no preference. No, that's it. Rural, urban, or no preferences. There's a lot of theory behind what you should put down. One thing to, of course, mention and to always know is the JET program does not really put jets in big cities. Okay, they mainly focus on putting them in rural areas. The teaching is a big part of the program, but the other like main part is the whole exchanging, cultural exchange, right? And a lot of people who don't have exposure to foreigners are the ones living in the rural areas. Hence why I ended up in a rural area myself. But I think I'm going to end this video right here. So what we got up to doing the application. Statement of purpose, definitely be focusing on what you can do for them, not what they can do for you, right? And things like that. And for the second part 2, I'm going to focus on more the next stage and what to expect. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Alright guys, have a good one. Bye.